Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for joining us. The council has returned from its winter recess with a full agenda of business. And topping that list, a resolution that offers support of any upcoming state and federal legislation regulating the sale of guns and ammunition.
I think that it is really important to, given the momentum that has been created on a national level, to be on record and urge our, state officials as well as our federal officials to take some steps.
Along those same lines, a supplemental appropriation that would be devoted to accelerating plans to install security systems in all elementary schools has been proposed. The request comes after both President Navarro and Council member Valerie Irvin sent a letter to the Board of Education urging the consideration of this request.
The school system, of course, is always looking at ways to ensure and maximize the safety of our students. This is something that is ongoing. They have an extraordinary department that looks into these issues.
We're really happy that we're working collaboratively with our board members because we in Montgomery County believe very, very strongly in protecting the safety of our children and all the adults who work in these school buildings. And so we were underway. So I would just like to give credit where credit is due, and MCPS, the Board of Education, and their staff were well ahead of the national curve.
Even the police chief said on a recent episode of Montgomery County Police Beat, the county police department is also keeping a close eye on school safety.
We have been working with school security to make sure that we have a very active response plan should something occur in the schools. We know exactly what the schools are doing. I mean, they've really done a lot of things to harden the target in terms of locking the schools and creating systems where you have to be buzzed in and that sort of thing. So we're just continuing to work with them, trying to look at what the best practices are to make sure that our schools are safe and secure as they can be.
Montgomery County doctors are seeing more and more patients with flu-like symptoms as the number of influenza cases across the state and around the country are on the rise. My MC Media's Sonia Burke reports.
Shady Grove Adventist Hospital was so busy today, we had to interview the emergency room doctor outside the building. He said this is the worst flu season he's seen in the 7 years he's been working here, and it's not over yet.
We've seen an increase in the number of patients with flu-like symptoms. People are coming in with headaches, with fevers, body aches, and over the past 2 or 3 weeks, we've really seen an uptick in the amount of patients that are coming to the emergency room.
In fact, Shady Grove Hospital is treating approximately 30 more patients a day than usual. Across the country, hospitals are reporting an influx of flu patients as the virus is spreading earlier and faster. Are you feeling under the weather today?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Tell me, what are your symptoms?
Runny nose, cough, little weakness.
I just felt real achy, and then I started with a fever. And then about a week later, 10 days later, I started this cough. And this cough is really, it's upper respiratory, that's what it is. And it went into bronchitis. So you just feel lousy.
A wide variety of patients. I've seen patients from several months old to patients in their 90s.
This Gaithersburg dad said his kids were sick for 2 weeks.
One of them is 3.5, the other one is two years. And they both got runny nose and coughing, and I mean, it's flu,
Flu season is far from over. So what can you do to stay well and keep your family healthy?
One, get the flu shot. If you haven't got it, it's not too late. Go get the flu shot. Contact your primary care doctor for that. Secondly, very good hand washing. Try to reduce the amount of face touching that people do, that you would do during the day, and try to avoid places where people are sick.
Got a flu shot about 2 months ago.
And have you stayed well?
Yes, I have. And just making sure I exercise, drink plenty of orange juice, and eat plenty of good foods with omega-3s.
We found a steady stream of residents getting the flu shot at the Falls Grove Safeway store in Rockville.
I've had the flu before, and I don't ever want it again.
For County Report this week, I'm Sonia Burke reporting.
Executive Leggett sent to Council his recommended FY14 capital budget and proposed amendments to the FY13 to FY18 capital improvement program. The capital budget focuses in safety-related projects and delays some planned projects. In addition, it recommends limiting the general obligation bond issues to $295 million a year in order to bring the debt service payments under control. The 6-year budget is $4.37 billion.
We have a number of challenges related to safety on roads, bridges that we simply cannot delay, and we need to get to those right away. I wanted to be within the constraints that we've already established last year so that we not exceed that. One of the challenges we've had in the past is that we continue to obligate the county in long-term debt, and obviously that debt now is the 4th highest item within our operating budget.
From the capital budget, we transition to the FY14 operational budget. Executive Leggett must submit the operational budget to County Council on March 15th. In the meantime, he has been hosting several budget forums throughout the county, seeking input from residents about budget priorities. Residents are encouraged to attend the forums to give their opinions in light of budget shortfalls predicted in the coming fiscal year. Here's a list of the upcoming budget forums. The last one will take place on February 4th. All forums begin promptly at 7 p.m. The Small Business Reserve Program mandates the county allocate 20% of its purchases of goods and services from small community businesses. As Susan Kennedy tells us, county leaders are working to make sure these efforts continue. Susan?
Lorna, small business owners got together with county officials to talk about how they can provide more opportunities for them here in the county.
And the thing that I want to say right from the get-go is we can do better. 96% of the businesses in Montgomery County have 49 employees or less. So when we talk about small business is big business in Montgomery County.
If you've had any experience working with Montgomery County, has it been good or bad? What could be improved?
My one comment would be that if I was in construction or landscaping, I would see a lot of opportunities. I've only ever seen one thing we could bid on, which we did, and it wasn't funded.
With them, the first thing they'll ask you is if you have any experience with the government, which I don't. So is it really fair for us to be penalized per se for not doing business with the government because we can't get into the door?
We've had one experience with the county, which I like to share, and it wasn't a good experience.
My only critique would be moving towards a more electronic submission.
For those of you who have tried to get contracts through the LSBRP program here in Montgomery County, there is hope. I can tell you I got a contract. It took 6 years.
With the help of Montgomery County's local Small Business Reserve Program and the county's new Small Business Navigator, business owners should be able to bid on more jobs and navigate through Montgomery County's system a lot easier.
I learned about the range of services where small businesses are trying to sell their products or their services to the government. I learned that some people are very happy with the help they're getting, others not so much. That's not surprising. We need to break up the large contracts. We need to publicize the large contracts so that subcontractors can go to the primes and compete. We need to be very accessible at all times. The new Small Business Navigator position that the County Council added will be helpful. You need a staff person to walk you through the process, to break it down in plain English. So those are some of the things I learned.
In Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
In an effort to collaborate on issues that affect their jurisdictions, Councilmember Valerie Irvin and D.C. Councilmember Muriel Bowser recently co-hosted a community meeting in Northwest Washington. The primary points of discussion at the meeting included the 16th Street traffic circle, development, parking, and green space. Councilmember Irvin says discussions like these make sense because the District of Columbia and Montgomery share not only boundaries, but similar issues.
Montgomery County and DC need to have more meetings like the one we had tonight because there are a lot of issues that affect both sides of the boundaries that our community doesn't even recognize. They go across jurisdictional lines all the time to park. There's traffic issues. There's issues of safety. There's issues around new development that creates issues for people that live in these single-family neighborhoods. And on my side of the line, there's a lot going on that's impacting the people that live over here in Shepherd Park.
When we come back, Ride On is leaving behind paper passes, and we'll tell you what will be the new currency for transportation.
I'm Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer. Coming up next, we'll tell you how big changes might be coming to the city's charter when County Report This Week continues.
There's a reason why area law enforcement are out enforcing pedestrian and traffic safety laws and preventing killer pedestrian crashes. Be alert. Be street smart.
Are you sure they can recycle us, Clamshell?
Hey, Dome, we're on a new recycling postcard.
I can't wait to make a new start. Maybe I'll be a red carpet at a big premiere.
And I'll get to paint the White House.
Shh, here he comes.
Now you can recycle more plastics in Montgomery County, including #1 PET plastics such as clamshells, deli containers, trays, lids, domes, and cups.
Woohoo!
We're in!
For more information on recycling, contact the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311. The wait is over. Recycle more plastics today.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Vertilli. Rockville's Charter Review Commission was formed by its mayor and council in April of 2012 to review and evaluate 2 articles that related to city elections. At a recent meeting, the commission presented their ideas for changes. Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer has the story. Bridget?
After months of work, the Charter Review Commission gave their final report to the mayor and council about recommendations to the city's charter. It was presented by former mayor and chair of the commission, Steve Van Grack.
I speak with great sincerity. Our intention is to truly get more people involved in the city government.
Increasing civic engagement was the primary goal of the Charter Review Commission, and now Rockville's mayor and council is considering significant changes to the city's charter.
Well, we submitted our report to the mayor and council. They had appointed this Charter Review Commission, which was a great body to work with. These were wonderful, wonderful people, and we made major recommendations in terms of changing the charter, the constitution of the city in several ways, focusing on the elections.
Here are the changes recommended in the report. The commission recommended that the mayor and council term lengths be changed from 2 to 4 years. The council grow from 4 to 6 members, and that the election coincide with the presidential election every 4 years. Van Grack wanted to make clear that these are only recommendations, and he encourages citizens to become more familiar with the report so that they can make the final decision.
Well, I hope that they'll look at the issues here. I hope they'll read the report. We're going to try to distribute this report. It succinctly lays out the arguments on why these changes should be made. They can contact City Hall. They can contact me. They can contact the mayor and council. This is going to be something that will change, has the potential to change the city very much for the better. And we've always said it's a truly great city. We just want to make it a little greater.
For more information on the Charter Review Commission and to read the report, go online to rockvillemd.gov and search Charter.
Now we go to Officer Rebecca Innocenti for an update about a shooting that took place in Olney. Officer?
Thank you, Lorna. On January 14th at approximately 10:30 at night, officers responded to the 3900 block of Morningwood Drive in Olney for the report of a shooting. The 22-year-old male victim from Rockville was transported with serious injuries to a local hospital, but is expected to survive. Detectives have determined that 3 males were in a vehicle in the area of Morningwood Drive when one of the males in the vehicle shot at the other male. Detectives developed a suspect, and that suspect, a 17-year-old male from Olney, turned himself into detectives the day after the shooting, which was on January 15th. He is being charged as an adult with crimes to include attempted first-degree murder as well as armed robbery.
Officer, can you tell us the cause of this shooting?
Sure. Detectives, of course, are still investigating this shooting, but at this time they do believe it's drug-related.
Thank you, Officer Innocenti, for that update. Now here's Tom Pogue from the county's Department of Transportation with an update on how Ride On is replacing paper passes with Smart Trip cards. Tom?
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update from Montgomery County. Ride-on passengers are now able to load monthly passes onto their Smart Trip cards. The $45 monthly pass provides customers unlimited rides on ride-on buses for an entire calendar month. Monthly passes can be loaded onto Smart Trip cards either in person or online. When adding value online, customers have the option to purchase monthly passes automatically. The monthly pass value is then added automatically to a purchaser's card 7 days before the end of each month. Customers who prefer to add the monthly pass value to a Smart Trip card in person may do so at transit stores in Silver Spring and Friendship Heights, at county offices in downtown Rockville, or at various retail stores. Paper passes, including the Youth Cruiser Pass, are being phased out. Passengers will continue to have the option of paying fares with cash, but note that the Ride-On Monthly Pass represents more than a 40% savings over paying cash fares on regular ride-on routes. For information, go to our website at rideonbus.com. We're working to keep you moving.
And talking about Ride-On, we have some good news for passengers. Several new routes have been added to service new population centers, and other existing routes will be expanded. Service within Olney will be restructured. In total, about 21 Ride-On routes will be adjusted. So, if you are a Ride-On customer, make sure to call 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/rideon to find out about the routes you use. When we come back, the county executive visits Gaithersburg High School. And we'll get a mid-season basketball wrap-up from Montgomery College. Stay tuned.
If it wasn't for his doctor, he wouldn't be here.
If it weren't for Montgomery County Fire and Rescue, he wouldn't be here.
If it wasn't for the phone call, we wouldn't have been there.
If I didn't call, I don't know where we would be.
Montgomery County emergency responders are there when you need help at no cost to you. In an emergency, don't ever hesitate to call 911. If you live in Montgomery County, you will never get a bill or pay a dime.
So if you have an emergency, call us. We're there for you.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. In response to letters from Gaithersburg High School students, Executive Leggett visited with the students to answer questions and discuss their concerns about recently tabled curfew legislation. The executive spent an entire class period answering questions. Some of the students wanted to know how the executive would enforce a curfew while preventing profiling. But mostly, they wanted to know if the executive has a follow-up plan to implement the teen curfew in the future.
One of the reasons why I responded was because far too often young people are not actively engaged in important issues that really impact their lives. And when I see that, it is encouraging for me, and so I wanted to come out, first of all, to thank you for writing. Secondly, for being so engaged and finding that this is an issue that you wanted to be a part of.
Several seniors at Northwest High School showcased their 4-year project at the Ulysses Fair. MCPS has a story.
Seniors from Northwest High School proudly showcased their creative, original research projects, a culmination of 4 years' worth of work, to their classmates and members of the community during the Ulysses Fair, which took place at the school.
This was Bonnie, a Barbie from the 1960s.
The Ulysses Signature Program is a comprehensive honors program that emphasizes the importance of research and technology in a small learning community.
The Ulysses program really helps students to see that the work that they do in school is relevant, that it really matters to them, to their community, and even to the world.
So then Anne Boleyn comes along, which is this one right here. The student projects cover a wide range of topics that include the influence of the media, special education, and life skills. Beyond the research work, the Ulysses program opens doors of opportunity and prepares students for college and careers.
I really got a whole new aspect on research, and I know that it'll really help me in college.
I love how the Ulysses project allows me to do whatever kind of project I want to do, and that's why I think it's so important.
The Ulysses program is a really great program because it really sets students apart. When applying to college, it's something that no other student is going to have in any other school, and it's also great preparation just because of the research component. It's a really great skill to have.
Women's and men's hoops are heating up at Montgomery College, and MCTV's Michael Brown has the latest.
With the regular season entering the home stretch and the postseason looming, both MC basketball teams are gearing up for what they hope will be a championship run. For the women's team, this has been their stated goal from the outset.
I expect us to go to the national tournament again. I hope we do that, but I really have a good feeling that we will.
Last year's team finished 28-6, went to the Nationals, and finished 4th in the nation. And they've been on a mission this season. They're currently 14-3 and ranked 6th in the national NJCAA poll. They average 74 points a game while allowing just 49, and 7 players average 8 or more points a game. Sophomores Jartu Tawe, Capria Redparth, Jamila Thali, and Jocelyn Martin have provided leadership and outstanding offense and defense. And freshmen Daisha Noren, Megan Tillman, and Angelica Saccone have been a revelation. Noren leads the team in scoring at 19.5 points a game and shoots over 40% from 3. Tillman is second in scoring at 13.5 a game, and Saccone pulls down 7 rebounds a game. And if they focus on the little things, sophomore Jocelyn Martin feels the team can meet their goals.
Focus and listen to exactly what Coach T tells us to do and follow instructions. If we do that and give it our all, we'll be back at nationals and maybe even come back home with the championship.
If head coach James Bryson's men's team is going to make some noise in the postseason, they know they need to start playing with more consistency. Currently 11-8, it's been an up-and-down year. Big wins over league powers like Cecil were followed by frustrating losses to teams like Howard. This is a talented bunch, combining solid play from team leaders Alex Chique and Garrett Witz with big contributions from 3 talented freshmen. Andre Gaines, Phoenix Butler Poole, and Timothy Christian are 1, 2, and 3 in scoring. So the raw material is there for MC to be a dangerous team come playoff time.
In terms of looking at the league, seeing where we are, seeing what we can become, I think the sky's the limit.
For County Report this week from Montgomery College, I'm Michael Brown.
When we come back, a popular shop in Bethesda closes its doors. And Kathy Stanhope from the Humane Societies wants you to adopt a very peculiar pet. We'll be right back.
Military Times has named Montgomery College one of the nation's best colleges for vets. MC was selected for having a veterans office and staff, for providing strong academic support, and for programs such as Combat to College. Join us for lunch, dinner, or drinks at the Alumni Association's second annual scholarship fundraiser at Dogfish Head Ale House in Gaithersburg on February 26th. 15% of the day's proceeds will be donated to a scholarship fund supporting MC students. Thinking of starting a new career? Then check out MC's Career Coach, an online utility that evaluates data on wages, employment opportunities, job postings, and training opportunities so you can make an educated career choice.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. A landmark in downtown Bethesda is saying farewell, much to the dismay of residents of the community who have grown up making weekly shopping trips to this imagination destination. Susan Kennedy has the story.
You're just finding out that it's closing?
I just found out about a week ago. Unfortunately, it's kind of a shame.
It is sad.
But Bruce has had everything.
After 60 years, Bruce Variety in Bethesda is closing its doors, marking the end of an era.
They're very disappointed that they're not going to be able to have the one-stop shop, sort of, that they can come in and get 4 or 5 things where they'd have to go to 4 or 5 different stores.
We wanted to maintain profitability, and with a base point, starting point in rent of $22,000 going up annually from there, it just didn't make economic sense. When your landlord doesn't renew your lease, you always can take your stress out by squeezing the Isoflex.
Bruce Variety is known for many things.
For a flute that also serves as a hammer.
But really for being one of those shops where you might just find that special something you didn't realize you needed.
A toddler toothbrush. I never thought about that.
Until you saw it.
I see something, I don't have it, but I do need it. I should have one of these, like this skull pirate hook.
You never
know. We also have our undercover fingerprint kit.
People from Homeland Security come in and buy these.
And in its final days, customers stopped in to pick up a scarce item for 50% off and share their memories of the store.
I mean, people remember being brought here with their mothers as little children.
I grew up coming here with my mom. Whenever there was some strange, odd thing that we needed for a class project or whatever, my mom would say, Bruce's, we'll go to Bruce's, and they would have it.
My daughter, who's grown now, this was the place to come for all the craftsmanship. It was always very artistic, and we could always find the materials.
I grew up in the area, and this has always been a special place to come and get simple toys or just little things that you can't find in other stores. And it's our tradition to get our Halloween costumes here for the boys.
I remember as a child, variety stores were the thing of life. And so where on earth do you get notions, sewing notions, and all the variety of things that you could find here? It's sad.
When some residents got word of the store's closing, an online petition was organized asking the landlord to reduce the rent. Linda Ridenauer says the community has been amazingly supportive.
Yeah, we've been coming here for years and years, so we would follow you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. You see what I mean? And they've become, over the years, like family to us. Very loyal customers. And quite frankly, it's been the grassroots outpouring that we've seen on the internet and the petition that has been going around that has nearly 3,000 signatures now that has motivated us to really make a concerted effort to find new space.
The owners say they are working to find another site in the same neighborhood to reopen the store, but so far nothing has been announced. In the meantime, folks will still have their memories of this county icon. In Bethesda, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week. In our Pet of the Week segment, let's go to Kathy Stanhope from the Humane Society. Today, she brings us a male bunny that needs adoption. Kathy?
This is Kathy Stanhope at the Montgomery County Humane Society with your Pet of the Week. And this little darling is Alfalfa. Alfalfa is a giant Flemish mix rabbit. He's not all that big. He's a good-sized bunny. But he's very sweet, he's very playful. This is a good rabbit if you have kids and you want someone for your kids to play with. He is friendly, he's affectionate, he's very playful. He likes to wrestle with your kids. Now, not too hard because he's still very little, but he'll hop around. Did you know rabbits can be litter box trained? You can let the rabbit out around in your house. I mean, you want to keep an eye on him. You can't just let him wander anywhere, but he can be out. He doesn't have to be in his cage. And you can train him to go back and do his business in a litter box, which is kind of nice, and he's very soft. Rabbits are among the cuddliest little animals they have out there. So if you want something to cuddle with, Alfalfa is your guy. He's just about 5 years old, which makes him just about middle-aged for a rabbit, and he's very calm but very friendly. So you come on down and see Alfalfa. And remember, we have a little bit of everything here. So if you want a dog and cat, you can always come here for that. But we also have lots of rabbits, and we have hamsters and guinea pigs, and a little bit of absolutely everything. We get around 5 to 25 new animals in every single day. So if you don't find what you're looking for the first time, remember, come back the next day or the next week, and we have staff here at the desk who will be more than willing to help you. If you are looking for a specific animal, say a brown Flemish rabbit, and we don't have one the day you're here, tell someone at the desk and they'll put you on a list and someone will contact you when something that you're looking for comes in. So give us a call at the shelter at 240-773-5967 or visit Alfalfa and all of our animals on the web at mchumane.org.
With that, we close this edition of County Report this week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.